Hi guys, this is Harishwar. I did my BTech from IIT Roorkee. I am currently working as in-house expert chemistry at askIITians for the past 5 years. In today's session, we will be discussing about solutions, one of the most important topics for all the competitive examinations like IIT-JEE, medical, AIPMT, AIIMS, etc. So in this topic, we will be learning about different concepts like colligative properties, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure. We will be discussing about vapor pressure, deviation in vapor pressure. We will be discussing about Raoult's law, Henry's law, and some more interesting topics. So in our first part, we will be discussing about all the basic terms used in these topics. So let's start with our first part. Hello everyone. So solutions. The important topics covered in this solutions chapter. The first part is introduction to solution. So in this part we will be discussing about the basic terms used in this chapter, and next we will be discussing about the concentration terms which are used in solutions. Next part is vapor pressure. In this part we will be discussing about different topics like basic concepts of vapor pressure, Henry's law, Raoult's law, and other topics. Next part, ideal and non-ideal solutions. So we will be discussing about the properties of the ideal solutions, how ideal solutions deviate to give non-ideal solutions. We will be discussing about azeotropic mixture in this part. Next part, colligative properties. So in this part we will be discussing about the deviations which led an ideal behavior to behave as non-ideal solution. So we will be discussing about further parts like the elevation of boiling points, depression in freezing point, osmotic pressure, Vanna factor, and other topics. Next part, abnormal colligative properties. So in this part we will be discussing about the physical significance of Vanna factor, how solutes associate themselves, how solutions dissociate themselves to give abnormality in the existing colligative properties. So we will start with our first part, introduction to solutions. So students, these are the few topics covered in this chapter of solutions. In our next part, we will discuss about some of the basic terms used in this chapter. So stay tuned to our sessions. Goodbye, good day.